I'm Alice McGinley. I am the founder and executive director of H.U.G.S. H.U.G.S is an acronym for Healing and Understanding of Grief from Suicide. I'm here today because I want to share our story about the loss of our son to suicide. So we moved here in 1999. Our son was a freshman in high school. He started to make new friends. He liked the school he was going to. He played football. And really, things were going well. Then the first day of his sophomore year, one of the kids picked up Danny. This kid had just gotten his license. And about 20 minutes later, Danny called me and he said, "We've been in an accident. The car's down in a ditch." Well, in that accident, Danny had suffered a traumatic brain injury, which was kind of, when I look back now, was probably the beginning of the end. Danny had a short-term memory loss. He couldn't concentrate for very long. Someone had to take notes for him in class. And this is a kid who was extremely independent and didn't really ask for help. So 7 months into this, Danny's girlfriend broke up with him. One of the goalies on the hockey team died in a car accident. Then I want to say it was 2 weeks later, Danny and his friends had broken some rules. I wouldn't say they got in trouble, but they broke rules. And one of the moms called me that Monday. He walked in the house with 2 kids, and I said, "Tell your friends to go home." We sat down with him, and we talked to him about this behavior from over the weekend. I felt like I can't be soft on this kid right now. So Brian told him, go upstairs and, write out about what he had done. And so he was up there for a while, and I just got a bad feeling in my stomach. And by the time I went upstairs the following day, Danny wasn't in his room, but there's a door to the right, and that door was open. It's a walk-in attic space. And I saw him hanging from the rafters. So I screamed, and Brian came up. We took him down. Brian started CPR, and the paramedics got there, and they worked on him for a long time, and they were not able to bring him back. It's almost hard to explain how hard it is to put one thought in front of the other. But I did kind of get this feeling about, okay, what I do from here to the funeral are the last things that I can do for my son. And I'm going to do them with some dignity and grace. It was amazing, the support we got. This woman came to my front door. She lives in my neighborhood. I didn't know her. I still don't know her. And I opened the door, and she said, "My daughter is a senior at Charlotte Catholic, and she knows Danny. And I know you don't know me, and I don't know Danny." And she said, "But can I just hug you?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "This could happen to any of us." And I kind of felt the sense of relief, because really I was thinking people are driving by our house and saying, "Oh, that's the house where the kid hung himself." I felt so blessed that people were put in front of me that helped hold me up, until I got to the point where I was saying, wow, I was really lucky to get to be that kid's mom for 16 years. And he was really lucky to have me for a mom, because I was a good mom. When I started H.U.G.S, I feel like something good had to come out of this, because I feel like I can lift the bottom a little bit. I can't carry other people's grief for them, but for a little while they're in H.U.G.S, we can carry them. And sometimes that's just what people need. a lot of what H.U.G.S does is reflecting back and reframing what somebody is saying. I can sit with them and say, do you have any idea what it was like to be inside their head? That for some of them, their brains never shut up. They're sleep deprived. If they're not medication compliant, then maybe they're doing street drugs to control some of this. It is putting yourself in somebody else's place to try to imagine what it's like to be that person who they lost. If you can get them to that point, they can lovingly say, okay, I'm not mad. I'm just really sad. I'm just really sad. And even being 20-some years out, I still have days when I miss my son. I just feel like if you find a purpose and a passion, and it's not focused solely on the loss, you can bring a lot of understanding to communities where suicide, the rates are going up. I'm Alice McGinley. It's time to make an impact and talk about suicide prevention.